the world's largest fintech festival, the Global Fintech Fest 2025. I'm your host Gautam Srinivasan, and today we are at Lane Dane Club, India's largest P2P lending platform. Joining me to talk about it is Bhavin Patel, who is the co-founder and CEO of Varthus Platforms, the parent of Lane Dane Club. He's going to be talking about the trends and solutions shaping the Indian financial landscape. Bhavin, great to have you with us at GFF 2025.
My pleasure to be here with you.
What are the gaps in the financial system that you are trying to solve, and how is the lending credit access issue shaping up for today and tomorrow?
So 10 years back when we started Lending Club, we realized that there are three major issues in the Indian economy to bridge a gap between a borrower and a lender. One is cost of processing the loan. So we use technology to bridge this gap. Second, unavailability of risk capital. So we started P2P lending platform where individuals can bring their capital and give money to the people who are in need. And third was to bring a right ecosystem to assess this borrower in a right way, because generally people thinks that people who are having lower income, they are generally more tend to do defaults, but actually वो fact नहीं होती है. So we created a right kind of assessment technology or a credit model or AI models where we are able to assess these borrowers more efficiently. So over the period of last 10 years, we originated more than 17,000 crore worth of loans from our common platform, Lending Club, InstaMoney and What is One. But the default rate is hardly 3.71 percentage. So we also proved the fact that इंडिया के अंदर इंसान गरीब जरूर हो सकता है, बट ऐसा अज्यूम करना कि गरीब इंसान डिफॉल्टर ही होता है, वो बिल्कुल रॉन्ग है. सो डेटा helped us serve these customers easily. Technology helped us reduce the cost, and our individual lenders on Lending Club platform helped take capital to these people.
You already have these well-known businesses. Lane Dane Club hai, InstaMoney hai. So what was the need to create this larger parent company, which is Varthus? If you can clarify for us. And what does Varthus mean?
We started, the first company was Lending Club in 2015, which is a peer-to-peer lending platform, which is RBI regulated. Later on, we realized that we need to focus more on borrower, their experiences, their assessment. So we started our InstaMoney business, which is a loan service provider, which only and only focuses on borrower onboarding experience and assessment and providing them the best solution. So that is how we kept adding businesses. Over the period of 10 years, we realized that every business is its own platform. So we thought, why don't we convert ourselves and start looking at as a platform business? The moment you look at yourself as a platform, you only think about providing the best quality service to your customer who are coming on the platform. And hence, we rebranded the whole parent entity as a Vertis platform. Now, the concept is very interesting. So, Vertis is a Sanskrit word. So, Vertis means orbit. So, the way planet moves in orbit and helps each other to move in their orbit, हमारे अलग-अलग businesses, Lending Club, InstaMoney and Vertis One अलग-अलग ऑर्बिट में मूव करते हैं, बट एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड है एंड एक दूसरे को एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करते हैं.
All right. Now, as your orbit expands, the question is, how do you manage those journeys and distances? Because a lot of the fintechs at GFF 2025, they've
Right.
expanded their international footprint, whether it's Southeast Asia, whether it's Middle East. What about Varthus platforms? What's your outlook on expanding internationally? And more importantly, how are you going to manage the regulation side of things? Because regulations get complicated when you're operating across jurisdiction.
Both our platforms, Lending Club as well as InstaMoney, are ready for international expansion. India being the most strictest regulation in terms of P2P lending, we believe there are another 5 to 6 economies available in Southeast Asia and Middle East where we can take this platform, operate with liberalization, because we are operating in the most strictest environment. At the same time, InstaMoney is catering to the smallest class of borrowers. And again, there is a high demand of this product as well. So we look forward to expand ourselves in international market in next 12 to 18 months time period. We have been spending a lot of time, and now our systems are already in that. Only one piece was missing, the thought process as a platform, which is also now created. So we are hoping in 12 to 18 months, we'll be able to take Indian credit ecosystem beyond Indian boundaries.
Lots of expansion coming up in the next 12 to 18 months and lots of interesting themes coming about as well. That's the story of Lane Dane Club and its parent workplace platform here at GFF 2025. Bhavin, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
We have with us Dipesh Karki, who's the CPTO and co-founder of Vartis Platforms, which is the parent company of Lane Dane Club. And he's going to take us through the contours of change and the contours of innovation and how it's shaping up. Dipesh, great to have you with us at GFF 2025.
Thank you so much, Gautam, for inviting me to this session.
Absolutely, our pleasure. So what makes Vartis's technology backbone different from typical fintech stacks? If you can give us an overview, and how does it enable scale across multiple businesses?
I have one simple answer: built from experience, experience, and experience.
All right.
Over the course of last 10 years, while building Lane Dane Club, we have had our own highs and lows in building the lending stack. We learned through a hard way on how to cater to the subprime customers or how to cater to the bottom of the pyramid, right? So we built our technology stack in such a way that if I have to work on any kind of lenders at or borrowers at any strata or any part of the country, the technology stack or the LOS, LMSs and the enabling technologies around it for KYC, for bank statement verification, or for income verification, fraud checks, etc., are so agile, so simplified that it makes it stand out among one of the best in the industry.
In your view, what's the noise and what's going to be the real impact of AI in, say, credit, or whether it's risk or whether it's customer experience? Because risk ka to aapne keh diya ki subprime customer में भी you will
Correct.
find the category who you can cater to. But when it comes to compliance and other customer experience, what is going to be the implication of AI for Lane Dane Club?
There's a lot of noise on AI, and finding signals in between is definitely a challenge. I mean, you do get excited hearing that, hey, I have a bot that can do an entire customer assessment, right? Or that can actually assist you in your entire financial journey, right? While it sounds promising and exciting, we've heard a lot about hallucination, right? We've heard a lot about not having enough guardrails, and especially being in a fintech industry, you have to make sure you're taking care of the customer's trust, you're taking care of customers' money, and you're not misguiding a customer, right? So there can be a lot of noise around this. The signals around this could be building a good guardrails to make sure that while you are doing underwriting, you have a good explainable AI built around it, so that is a demand of a regulator, right? You have to justify on why you are rejecting somebody if you are not giving them access to the credit, right? It is counter to your financial inclusion vision for any organization out there. Second to that would be, there are many use cases wherein a human eye may not be able to judge whether a customer has a propensity or an intent to pay or default, right? Use of technologies like AI can help you build a good data set or good systems around this that make sure that you are not you're taking the right kind of decision backed by data and building the right kind of projections in your future.
How are you looking at a long-term play in excellence, whether it comes from the customer side or from the innovation side? What would you say?
This is something that we've been doing over the last 6-7 years, right? You've just given a good fancy name, a beautiful name to it called Vartis. Otherwise, we have been enabling so many potential platforms out there through our APIs, through our stacks, to make sure that the customers they are interacting with get a better access to credit through the technology that we built in-house, right? And we have a much bigger vision with this technology stack in India, in Southeast Asia, and maybe soon in the
long
world,
time.
right? That's the much larger vision, and that's something that we stand by. This is going to be one of those first platforms that is going to be made in India and selling it to the world.
Fantastic. And I believe India is an innovation incubator for the rest of the world. All right. On that note, Dipesh, thank you so much for joining us here at GFF 2025 and all the best for Lane Dane
Thank you
Club.
so much, Gautam. A pleasure having you.
Thank you.